So good. Have you had these apples? These are the Tesco's, like the cheapest ones. They're so free. So I've been on the Mark Shields diet for 6 months now. It started as a 6-week shred, but he just kept taking money out of my account. So we just kept the program going and really happy with the results so far. It's not like other diets. You know, I'm getting to eat a lot of food and I really enjoy my training. For example, like, so meal 1 today is some grapes. I've just got them here, I'll show you. It's three grapes today. Yesterday it was 4. So they're good. I'm almost too full. And then Mark always likes to surprise me, like, so with treats and stuff. So today I've got a treat and I'll show you. I've got some crisps. But strict instructions, I'm only allowed to lick them. I can't fully eat them. Tasty. Another top tip that Mark says to do to get in really good shape for summer is to limit your fruit, because fruit makes you fat. And he doesn't completely cut it out, so I can still have fruit, but if I have an apple, I can eat the apple. I just can't swallow it. Oh, so good. Cocoa. Is that it? Is that the interview over? Okay. Don't tell Mark. So today we're off to a seminar in Belfast. It's run by a guy called Jamie Alderton. You might know him on social media as Grenade J. He's one of the coolest guys in the industry, I think. Probably because he's one of the most real, and kind of lets you inside his life and sees that it's all kind of normal and stuff. And he's also puts out some funny content, so I really appreciate that. I think sometimes in the fitness industry we take ourselves way too seriously. You know, you'll see today in an event that everyone's wearing tight t-shirts and stuff, and it's pretty funny. So I figured I'd wear my favorite t-shirt. You go to a concert, you wear your favorite band's t-shirt. Well, I'm going to a seminar and I'm wearing Jamie's t-shirt. I don't know if anybody will get it, but at least I think it's funny. Jamie Alderton, guys. Grenade J online. We've just been through a seminar with him. It was absolutely fantastic, all about how to grow your business and stuff. Really, really practical information, just something that you can take home and use. So very, very useful. But Jamie's one of the top guys in the industry, getting people in shape, and also himself. The size of his arms, they're obviously increased here, but the size of mine.
Angles and lighting.
Yes, I can't really find the angle right now. But I just want to ask Jamie a couple of questions to try and help you guys as much as possible. So Jamie, first question is, how do you get so good at public speaking, first of all? Because even doing this, my heart's racing a little bit, and starting doing a little bit more vlogging, it's hard.
Yep, so you got to understand that I've been doing this many years, and I was exactly the same. And the more that you do, the better that you get. But one good thing that you're doing is you're putting pressure on yourself daily.
Yeah.
It helps that I had a videographer following me around for an entire year, and you get very good.
Yes.
But you learn how to relax, because it's no different having a camera on you than doing
just
it
talking.
normally. Just got some random weird person
pointing
something electrical.
Yeah. Me and Andrew were walking around, and even in Macrofell it's harder because Macrofell's a small town. When you come to Belfast, it's not as hard.
Yeah, and also you go on from a confidence point of view, most people don't want to draw attention to themselves.
Yeah.
If you're walking down the street and someone's following you with a camera, you put a lot of attention to yourself, and then you'll get a lot of people go, what does he think he's doing? What is he doing? Some people even have this now. Everyone knows Insta Stories has 100 million people using it, yet people still have funny looks when you use it in public.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
I've noticed
you're providing value, you're doing it. I will literally get mine out straight off the airplane and talk.
Get your wallet. You'll
get my phone out.
Thank goodness.
And I just talk, because if you think it's strange, it's like, it's fucking 2018, come on. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about anybody else. It matters about the people who are there. And also, like, when you're on camera, you understand is that if you feel nervous, it makes your audience feel nervous as well. Yeah. So no one wants to watch something that's like, oh, it's a bit cringe.
Sure.
But at the same time, that you've got to understand that you're going to be a bit cringe when you first start. Yeah.
Cool. So an alien lands on Earth. They want to know how to get shredded, or not even just shredded, just the 4-pack, just lean enough to feel good, feel comfortable. Busy dads and busy mum.
Okay, so if they're aliens, of course, they probably have a different law of thermodynamics on their, gravity, etc., etc., etc. So it's going to be really complex, because then we have to tell them about our culture. Obviously, the most important thing is calorie deficit, so then we have to explain energy in versus energy out. It's going to be more complex because they're not human beings, so then we have to really understand how much energy that they need. Yep. So it's not an easy question, because then we need to understand.
So let's say an alien who is now a human.
Oh, there you go. Right, calorie deficit.
And so give them some practical tips that they can take away if they're not even sure what a calorie deficit is.
Okay, so it's basically moving more and eating less. What I would say is just stick to the 3 basics: 2 litres of water a day, 10,000 steps, and 3 meals and a snack. Most people who follow that and can adhere to that will see a result. And once you see a result in something, you pay more attention to it, which means you're more likely to learn something more about it, so you can get better.
Just basics.
Basics. Everything starts with being simple and being basic.
Yeah.
The reason that people can't keep consistent with something is because it's very complex. Who wants to do something difficult that's complex all of the time? People make dieting, people make weight loss so difficult on themselves because they believe that in order for them to suffer, they need to see progress. And that is right to a certain extent, but we're talking about sustainable fat loss. Any kind of result, such as fat loss, is going to be more difficult than maintaining. Okay, and that's where people don't think of their strategy. They're always thinking about getting to a destination rather than getting there and staying there. And anything to do with maintenance involves you thinking very, very differently. It's what can I do daily? What's my kind of minimum effective dose of things that I do daily to keep this result? Cool.
And just like kind of on the same lines as that, like you give a lot of practical tips there to help grow your business, which is easy to implement, but how many people you think is going to implement all that stuff?
10%.
Yeah, and so why is that? Why do, like the same with fat loss, everybody kind of knows the idea, but why do they not implement it, even though they say they want it?
It's exactly what you just said there. Knowing, they know, but knowing and doing is the same as not knowing. That's the most
knowing
important.
And doing is the same as not knowing.
Yeah, because if you're 300 pounds and you know that you need to be in a calorie deficit, why are you still 300
Why
pounds?
aren't you?
Because knowledge isn't enough, you've got to take action on that knowledge. And most people are afraid to take that action. I make it simple, but they don't believe that it's simple. They believe that there's something hidden. This is exactly the same with nutrition. They're like, yeah, I know it's calorie deficit, but there must be something. It must be that gluten, isn't it? It's that thing. Because people want to know that it's more difficult than it is, because they don't want to feel embarrassed. They're like, oh, it was really that easy. It was. Yeah, you've just been bullshitting yourself. And it's very hard, because you need to start literally realising that the biggest problem with your progress is yourself, because you're not honest with yourself. No one writes things down and going, I'm shit at this, I'm shit at that. And that's a really hard thing to be, is self-aware.
So you always say about writing shit down. What's the normal person writing down?
Anything.
Like,
anything. I mean, you
what works, what doesn't?
For the first chapter I said the average person has about 30,000 thoughts per day. But then next day you have another 30,000 thoughts. And the difference is when you have something mull over your head, in your head, you're not really listening to that unless you see it in black and white. Like when I got made redundant 6 years ago, I'd always thought about being a personal trainer, this, that and the other, but there was something in my head that stopped me. And then when I was made redundant and was forced to go, what do you want to do? I started writing things down. It's probably the first time I'd ever written things down and go, look, what do you like doing? So, enjoy going to the gym. I love helping people, so I've got a little Facebook page. This and that. I was like, be a personal trainer.
Yeah, it's right there.
I'd written it.
You needed that.
Time, yeah.
Cool.
Because it slaps you in the face. You know, people say, I'm struggling to lose weight. Okay, let's have a look. Write down the 4 things that you think are stopping you from losing weight. I go down the pub on a Friday. I don't move enough. Yeah. This, that, and the other. And then all you do is put a line down. What do you need to do? I don't move enough. Move more. I go down the pub on a Friday. Don't go down the pub on fucking Friday. Yeah. And it's like, there you go.
A couple of things straight away, and it's easy then, right?
Yeah. It's not. It's easy to know.
Easy to know.
The hardest thing is to implement and take action. That is the hardest thing to do. If it wasn't, then we wouldn't have an obesity crisis. You know, 58% of the UK's population of men are obese. That's 21 million men that are obese, that have high visceral fat levels, and are not going to live as long as they should. They're not going to see that extra 10 years of their kids. And it's trying to hit people at that personal level. You know, when you see a guy who's overweight, got 2 kids, and go, do you love them? And it's like, yeah. Well, you're not going to fucking see them grow up. Yeah. And you're being a selfish bastard.
It's more real.
Yeah, and it is, because it hits them, because now they're being selfish. Yeah. Because they're not looking after themselves so they can look after their kids. You've just got to hit people at different angles. And that's why I said, you've just got to hit that nerve. You've got to hit that emotional level. Because usually your own wants and needs isn't enough. It's others' wants and needs. Then you have no excuse for this to be how it should be. Because it's not about you, it's about those 2 little kids who are looking up to you. And when you hit someone like that, it's just like...
Becomes real.
Yeah, because they've always got that in their head.
Cool. Last question. You said you stopped consuming as much, you started creating more, but do you follow me on Instagram?
I don't know.
You really don't know what you're missing. You really don't know what you're missing, Jamie, right now.
Which means, Mr. Shields, I practice what I preach.
Yes, but will you follow me on Instagram?
Sure.
I'm going to edit this long pause.
It is, yeah. Okay. Mr. Shields, you have 1 week to impress me on your Insta.
Okay.
I will follow you at the end of this.
Okay.
For 1 week.
All right.
For 1 week, and if it's boring, I promise you now, I will unfollow you.
Brilliant. Okay, cool. I am going to challenge Jamie.
It's only because he was wearing that t-shirt.
Right.
You know.
But I'm going to challenge Jamie to a cupcake eating competition. We've got 2 cupcakes each. We're going to try and eat 2 cupcakes as fast as possible. First one finished wins. And I've got my uniform. Jamie, you need your uniform, okay? So we're going to quick edit, and he's going to change.
I'm in.
You up for it?
I'm
in. Is that okay?
Man.
How to get yours a large? Mine is a
medium.
Extra medium.
Medium.
Okay, so I was going to give Jamie a t-shirt, but he had already brought his own. I'm a little embarrassed that he has my t-shirt because I thought I was only one.
Well, I just thought it's reciprocation.
Thank you. What does your t-shirt say?
It says, Mark's the best.
That's so embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed. Okay, so the rules is, Andrew, you're going to say go. We're going to eat 2 cupcakes each. The quickest wins. You can eat the paper if you like. It's totally down to you.
Is it edible?
It's not edible.
Oh well, you know.
Top it is.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
You give us that go.
3, 2, 1, go. Jamie's the best.